What's up, guys, and welcome to the recap of my first ever over-the-board chess tournament. I was so excited to make this video, and finally my chess tournament is over. It was a rapid tournament, 20 minutes, and you had 10 seconds of increment after every move. And yeah, I played now 9 rounds. I'm pretty happy with my performance. We're only gonna go through 3 games of the tournament today because I didn't write all of the moves in all of the games because then I really wanted to lock in. But I just wanted to have like my first ever tournament game, and then the round 2 and round 3, and at the end stick out because I'm gonna tell you how the tournament ended and how many points did I get. So let's start with the round number 1. I got the white pieces, and my opponent was from Poland. On the internet, you can see anyways that this match was played, and his name is there as well. So I come there. I am super nervous, but I'm trying to show my opponent that I'm cool and this is normal for me. It's not like my legs are shaking, my hands are shaking. I am super nervous. So okay, you know what? I play d4, right? I play d4, and I'm just gonna be playing d5, c4. I'm gonna get my queen's gambit, and I'm gonna have the time of my life playing chess. Yeah, he plays f5, and I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna be a good game. This is not gonna be fun. So he plays f5, and yeah, he plays the Dutch, which if you watch me, you know I hate it. So I go c4. But luckily, thanks to my coach, so if you're watching this, which you might are, thank you so much, really, because I am really happy that I did know the theory here. Otherwise, I probably would have been cooked. He goes knight f6, knight e3, and he goes e6, right? So this is pretty much normal, just the Dutch. This structure, knight over here, you play bishop e7. Well, we're gonna get to that. And now I know that my coach has taught me to play g3 and just put this bishop and just kind of play in like a Catalan style, right? Here and here, and you're just gonna play for this. If they ever go here, you might can leave this pawn hanging, and you can always get it back somehow. So that's pretty much the style that I was playing there, and I was also trying to play fast. Now he goes bishop e7. This is completely normal, and now I think it's with the bishop, and I'm already like in a position where I have not played so many times, which is so interesting about tournaments. Because if you get a game online, most of the people will just play d5 and you're just gonna get what you want. But in the tournaments, people play all of different openings. He goes h6, stopping bishop g5, which is apparently already an inaccuracy, but I don't really think that it is. It's just the computer is obviously at a different level. I go b3, and now I'm sorry that I do not have the time here, but it's a rapid. Like, I don't have that much time, right? And now I think I have spent about 4 or 3 minutes on this move at least, because I was thinking here, if I really want to play bishop d2. Because I definitely didn't want to play bishop f4, and definitely not bishop e3. I maybe should have gone to bishop g5 first of all, and then just trade this off. But now these 2 squares just were definitely not good. Bishop d2 I felt like was so passive, so the only place to put my bishop was on b2. So that's why I played b3, castles, knight f3, d6, which I was kind of surprised about. I was thinking that he's gonna go here. Because I guess that's not a horrible move. Yeah, that's just normal. No, I know this looks scary, but you can always block it with your knight or something. But he goes d6, indicating that he's either gonna go here and push like this, or he's gonna go bishop d7. Well, I castle as well, and now he goes knight e6. So now we know that he's not gonna go knight e7, right? So this already is an inaccuracy. And I kind of have spotted it, right? I kind of have spotted in the game. I gotta tell you, I'm not lying. I promise. And I was also talking about this with my coach, and I knew that d5 could have been the move. Obviously, if I would have known 100% that it was the move, I would have played it. And I really think another 3 minutes for sure I've spent on this move. However, I did not play d5 right now, and I just play bishop b2, and I'm like, okay, bro, I'm not developed. It's my first tournament game ever. Let's just, make this a bit more interesting. Don't want to blunder, so I go bishop b2. Now he goes bishop d7, and now I spot it. And now, with confidence, I play d5 right, and now I'm like, okay, let's finally open up my bishop, and let's get this rolling, right? I gotta attack, like, kind of just... if he's gonna play passive like this, I'm just gonna take the initiative, and I'm gonna attack. 95, which I was a bit surprised about. I was thinking that he's gonna go here, and he's just gonna, I don't know, put the bishop somewhere else, and he's just gonna try to put his knight, let's say, on c5 in the future. But he's like, doubled pawns, I don't mind, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't either, so I'm just gonna take. This is not good, apparently. Should have taken this first of all, and after this, I should have taken, right? No. I was thinking that this I can pick up the pawn, but I'm kind of going into the future because that is what happened in the future. Now I just take the knight. It's still winning for me. I mean, winning better, right? And I was kind of feeling confident in this position. I was thinking that even though I did not, I haven't faced this opening so many times, I thought I was really doing it. I was really doing it. And then I just go for a tactic that you probably already have spotted. Okay, I don't go for that yet, sorry. First of all, I play e4, which I thought again was a really good move. I'm just simplifying the position. I'm putting a pawn in the center. And now I was thinking, if he takes, which is what he did, then these two pawns are gonna be really bad. And if you're gonna trade this, or I'm gonna trade this, then this is just an IQP, or I mean, it's just an isolated pawn, and I'm happy about that. Knight takes, he goes here, right? Bishop d6, protecting the e pawn as well. But now I go again for a tactic that you probably have spotted. It's not the best way to play it, but first of all, I do take this knight, which is an inaccuracy. Queen takes, he goes back. What do you mean he goes back? I take the pawn, he takes, I take, and I'm up a pawn, and I am feeling confident. However, I really did not like that after rook a d8, my queen was a bit weird here, right? And I really have spent a lot of time here as well. But I have figured out that queen e2 should be completely fine, and it is the best move in the position. Because now it's really hard to attack my queen. Also, e4 is never possible because of this push, because of this pin. And now he goes bishop h3. And now I really didn't spend any time here, just went back. It's an inaccuracy apparently, but takes, and I was happy here. Like, I thought that now I actually see my chances of winning this game. Rook d8, rook e1, right? I bring this rook because I was really scared. I mean, if I would have bring this rook, then I guess that works as well. But the only protector of this square, which is crucial, is my queen, and I really didn't want that to happen. So I bring the a rook, queen f5. I offer the trade. Just keeping it really simple. Like, I'm like, okay, if we trade, right? I mean, I'm just gonna put so much pressure on the pawn. I'm gonna push, and eventually, worst case scenario, we're gonna end up in an endgame where I just am up a pawn, and I was like, worst case scenario, I draw this. I can't lose this for sure if I don't make a big blunder. With still having 10 plus minutes on the clock, I was very confident. But he doesn't trade. He goes queen g5, which is a mistake due to c5, which I did not spot, unfortunately. But I play rook e2 because now I was a bit scared of a move like this. So I play rook e2, rook f7, rook fe1, and rook ef8. I thought this was pretty solid. Obviously, he's putting a lot of pressure. I go rook d5, I pin the rook, king h8, I'm pinning the rook, and then I find c5. And here I know my opponent was a bit annoyed because I've pressed the clock really aggressively because I was really proud of that move and I was happy, right? And I was like, I don't know, it was just a normal reaction for me. And I was like, I'm actually gonna be up 2 pawns, bro. Is that really what's going on? Against the 1624, that's not that's a FIDE rating. Keep that in mind. I am what 1900, 1950 on chess.com with my pig being over 2020 over 2020. So right, and that's FIDE was completely different. So he goes bishop a7. I take with the queen. He takes. I take, and I'm kind of chilling, I would say. He takes the pawn. I drop the bishop back. Now he goes here. Oh, sorry about that. He goes here, and I was a bit confused by this move because I thought it was really bad. No offense. I just really didn't get it because, okay, the idea is to get the 7th rank, but it is protected. So I really don't understand. And it just allowed me to move rook e8. So I do play rook e8. Takes. He really didn't have a choice there. King h7. I dropped the rook back because I really, I just want to be sure. I also saw a move like this. But I just was thinking, if the bishop is over here, I'm never going to be getting any of these pawns. And if I am, then it's going to take a while, right? If you want to know how was the time management here, I think we were both about 3 or 4 minutes, so we really were playing on the increments here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But he goes bishop b6, really simplifying it, and I'm like, okay, right, if I don't trade off these bishops, I don't think it's going to be that simple for me. And even though this bishop is doing the good job of protecting the d2 square, I just really do need that trade, which, as you can see on the eval bar, is not the case, but we do get the trade, and I was really happy with that. And I'm just a pawn. Rook d1, I push a4, which I was like really proud of that move, man. I mean, I just thought that I'm gonna go here. We're just gonna get this trade, and I could have played off of that, but a4 I thought I was like really good, and now it's really bad. I play h4, which is not the best move. King g8, and now I play rook e7. And now, please keep in mind that from this move on, I wasn't writing down all of the moves, so it's a bit of a mess. And I'm not sure that this is exactly what happened in the game. So please write some of the moves. I gotta say, I guessed here, but I just wanted to recreate the position that we actually got, that I am very sure of at the end. But it's not like every move is correct here. So we're just gonna skip this through. King f8 is what happened. I go rook e7, that's for sure, and I goes rook c1. I am pretty sure that's what happened. I'm not 100% though, so please don't take this as that's what actually happened in game. But what has definitely happened in game is rook d8 check, king slides, and I find rook a8, and this position has been on the board with the rook not attacking the pawn. I don't know if it was on c1 or maybe c5, maybe, I don't know, d2, whatever. But this is the position we got. Rook c3, takes. And now I was really confident. And we were playing this game over 50 minutes, maybe even an hour. And there were already some people watching this game, so the nerves and the pressure was even bigger on me. King f6. I push f3. Definitely not the best move. Check. I go here. Now he goes here, threatening the pawn. I go check. He goes back, and then now I really didn't have a lot of moves written down, but I think that I gave a check as well, and he went back, and then he really wanted to draw. I didn't allow that though, so we have skipped that sequence. And now I go back, rook c4, obviously protecting. Rook a3, rook d4, rook a2. We really start to shuffle, but I do. Yeah, now he definitely has played g5. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure he has played g5. Takes. And now I was feeling really confident because now I do get check. He has to go back, and I do go back. I also could have went for this. I protected though. Rook a1, king here. Rook a2. He was really a lot shuffling here, a lot of shufflings. f4. king f6, takes, I check him out, he goes back, and now I push. He goes check, I go here, now he goes check again, and now this is a move that I have found, and I was extremely nervous to play it. But I was like, if I just go back, I mean here, and I can hide here, I guess. But I mean, I was like, I gotta sack the pawn. So it is what happened. Here, check, and now I do push the pawn to a. No, I don't. Sorry, that's mistaken. I'm sorry. I go king d6. Sorry, I'm pretty sure I went king d6 here because I was really trying to shoulder this king, and I am pretty sure that this is the position that we got in the game. Please don't take every move for granted. Don't take every move that it's what has happened, but this is the position that we got. King goes here, I push, because if you go here, it's mate. And now there were really big crowd. I was 20, 25 plus people I think watching the game. Rook a4, king c7, king e7, king b7, king d7, a7, he goes back, and after rook a6, I started smiling, and I was just extremely happy because my first ever over the board chess tournament game has ended in a win. I have won, and I was so happy with such a big crowd. I mean, I know that 20, I would guess 20 people, maybe a bit less, were watching the game, and that was just a really good feeling to win that. That was just a really good feeling. Let me real quick check out the accuracies. What does the engine says? And it says that my accuracy was 83 and my opponent 80, let's say. So I'm happy with that game. I really am happy. I know I could have made it better, faster, and so on, but I am really happy that we have that this was the game basically, right? So now let's take a look at the at another one. This was actually round 3. So we're just gonna skip round 2 and we're gonna get to that. So I'm obviously not gonna say how round 2 ended, but round 1 I had 1 out of 1, right? So that was really good. In round 2 I had black pieces, so now we are back with the white pieces at round 3. D4, and we get C6, which I was really happy to see that move because I thought we were gonna get a C4. This takes, and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna play my Slav exchange, except that I'm just gonna be really happy. Well, that's not what we got. We got knight f6. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go for a setup that I go for every single time. So I play knight c3, and now he pushes. And I really was trying to see if I maybe can go like e3, which apparently is a move. But what do I do with this bishop? I guess I can think of it. But okay, I was like, c takes, you know what, let me just go for it. And now the knight takes, which is already not a great move. So I play e4, I take the center, he goes back, knight f6, and I go bishop c4, which I thought was a really good move because now this f7 square is extremely weak, and I'm just gonna try and put as much pressure on it as possible. Bishop g4, knight f3, queen b3 was the move here that could have almost immediately won the game. Like, that's really crushing. I don't know. e6 is the move, and then this, and you go here. I can maybe even take another pawn, right? And it's not even a good move, but you get the point. I mean, by the way, about this game, this is actually what happened. Now I have all of the moves written down, and yeah, I mean, I'm quite annoyed that I didn't see that. Instead, I go knight f3, and the evil bar drops. e6, bishop e3, bishop b4, and now, you know, already over here, when he pins me, bishop g4, I'm already feeling that this guy, he's just gonna put a lot of pressure on me, and he's gonna try to take the initiative, even though he's playing black. and he has played a good. I mean, when I was sitting at the chessboard, I was thinking that he's playing a really good game and really good opening. Apparently, I did have a counterplay, but I just didn't spot it, so it did work out for him. Knight f3, e6, bishop e3, bishop b4. Now I do protect the pawn, and I go queen a5, bishop d2, making sure everything is protected. I am really shuffling with my bishops, but the moves do make sense. Castles, a3, takes, and queen goes back to c7. And now I just castle, and I'm like, okay, you know, I do have the bishop pair, and that is what I'm gonna be playing for, basically. And it was true. I was playing that. I was playing with the bishop pair, with the bishop pair advantage for a very long time. Knight bd7, h3, kicking the knight, kicking the bishop out, which I was very sure that he's gonna go bishop h5, and he did. But actually, the engine says right now, I notice that taking is even better, which is crazy. I would have never guessed that. And you go into a knight pair against a bishop pair advantage. Very interesting. But bishop h5, rook e1, because now on this move I spent a lot of time, because my idea here was g4, which I had to calculate for a very long time if there isn't this. And apparently it's not so horrible, right? Knight takes g4 is what? It's a good move. It's not horrible, right? I would have to defend. But I was just, after this, I just wasn't seeing anything. I was like, bishop e2, and then I was calculating this, which is a mistake, because I do have the push, right? Well, even though it's not a good move, I still thought that this was good. I mean, this was not what I wanted to play as white. Why? I don't know. I just probably was really scared of it. So first of all, I went for rook e1, because now I was thinking that this pawn's protected, and I can keep the center after in this position, right? Because now I was like, I still just didn't want to push that pawn. I just did not want to push that pawn for some reason. So for that reason, I go rook e1. And now I play this idea. So now I was like, if he sacks, but I mean, I gotta go for it. I really didn't see anything better. Bishop g6, knight h4, right? Not a good move. Queen e2 was better here, but obviously it's hard to spot it. He plays c5. Taking here is actually a really bad move, because now it's equal. I was winning the whole time. Now it's equal, but he takes back with the f pawn, which I was extremely surprised about. Because now I was thinking that this is just going to be a super big weakness. And since I do have the bishop pair, this bishop is going to be a monster, and it's just going to try to attack this pawn. First of all, I started off with the queen, hitting the pawn. This is completely equal. And he's like, I'm going to not only protect the pawn, but also threaten a queen trade. Now I find the best move in the position, actually, which is bishop c4 with another piece attacking it, activating my bishop exactly where I wanted to, pinning this pawn. I mean, it was pinned, but now there are two pieces staring at it, kind of forcing a queen trade, which is something I have said from the start that I'm going to be playing for, and I am playing for it. Beautiful. A knight pair versus a bishop pair, and now I was thinking, if I trade off these 4 rooks, I'm winning this game, and I'm getting, you don't know how many points yet, but I would just be winning this game. That's what I was playing for. Rook f8, protecting the pawn, rook e1, and now a6. And from this point on, the time pressure, I wasn't talking about the time yet in this game, but I was down maybe 5 minutes, maybe more. I would guess about 5 minutes. f3, really making sure everything is well protected. I was also thinking about a4 here, protecting b5, but this takes, and you can still push. So I really didn't see the idea. And then I was calculating this, takes, and I thought I could take, but obviously couldn't because of this, the knight. So that was kind of my idea, but the knight would be very well placed on c5. But I go with 3, b5. Now I take it. Because I really didn't see anything else. And this pawn storm, if you would have gotten c4, then I calculated that these 3 pawns, first of all, would be really dangerous, but it would just be a majority against my 2, and I think that that would just put a ton of pressure on me, and I would continue to lose that game. D takes c5, knight takes c5, bishop a2, king h8. Now I'm unpinning the pawn. Should have just taken here, and after this, I should have gone rook to c1, which I absolutely don't understand. What if you go here? Well, you're gonna get pinned and you're gonna lose the knight. Rook c1, and the best move is knight f to d7. No, that's knight c37. Knight f to d7. Now I can go rook to d1, and the best move is what? h6, I guess. I really don't get the idea behind that. Bishop b4 I play though, because now I was thinking takes, I mean, let's say even 97, which is apparently horrible, but let's just say that I play the idea that I want. Okay, bishop f5 just wins. But takes, and then I can push, and I'm gonna just pick up this pawn. Again, not what happened. Knight d3, completely missed that. Completely missed knight d3. Rook e2, knight f4, I double. We get takes. Now he takes the pawn with check. I check. Now I go here. That way I don't get checked again. Knight g5, and I go king g3, which is a mistake. Unfortunately, king g2 was better. Rook c8, rook d6, putting a lot of pressure. And now a5. I was super confused about a5. And I unfortunately completely missed what my opponent had seen. See, when I placed my rook on d6, I thought it was a completely normal square, but unfortunately, as you can see, it wasn't. Even in this position, my opponent was threatening. Instead of rook c8, he was threatening takes, check, and pick up this. The problem for my opponent though is that in this position it's equal, because the bishop can come back and pick up at least the knight. But in this position, after rook c8, rook d6, and a5, and bishop takes, the bishop does not protect the rook anymore. It does not. So after I captured, takes, here, and with that, the game was over. Let me come back actually, and at this position, the best move was either e5, which you still do have this, but again, as I said, this actually doesn't even work. This is winning for me. This is winning because this pawn looks just extreme. I could have even taken like this, bro. Oh my god, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. But yeah, unfortunately, bishop takes. I did miss this fork. Bishop takes c6. Now he has found this, which is a very cool idea. Because I think there is like a move that I would like to play, but it's just I don't see. Maybe it was like this. Yeah, and then you do have it's just really bad for me. Just really bad for me. Rook e8, bishop d5, g5 check, and after king f3, I have again stopped writing down my moves, but basically what has happened, he has traded off everything, and these two h and g pawns were I think on the second and on the third rank, while his king was probably somewhere around here. My king was here, and he just was shouldering me. And at that point, I have resigned. So this is the game that I have lost. And now let's take at the round number 2 game as well. This game, I think, was the most interesting one. So right here, I was playing with the black pieces after I won the first round. So I was at the top of the world. I was like, I'm gonna win the tournament. Anyways, d4, d5. Knight f3, knight f6. I'm gonna go through this game a bit more quickly. e3, e6. So I'm basically copying him now, but that's what I would be playing even if he wouldn't be playing those moves. Bishop d3, and I go b6 because I didn't know where to put my bishop over here. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna think into it. Castles, bishop b7, and now he goes b3, and we're playing basically a mirror game, right? We're playing a mirror game. Bishop d6, and I'm just mirroring him. I castle 2, and now he goes bishop d2, which at that point I laughed, and my opponent was a bit confused because, and I laughed because my next move would be, even whatever he would play, I would go knight b7, and we got a symmetrical position, which is quite crazy. But now he goes here. I never really know what to do with this knight over here, but I know it's not good to take. If you take like this, it's just over because actually you're getting forked. And if you take like this, then it's not good as well. You can maybe go forward as well, but not good to take that knight. I go c5 though, crushing the center. He goes f4, not a good move. Rook c8, c3. And we're both playing very solid, not extremely accurate though, but these inaccuracies, I don't think these are bad moves at all. a6, sorry about that voice crack, a6, rook f3. I'm like, bro, this guy is just gonna be extremely aggressive and he's just gonna start to attack me, but I really didn't see his attack there. I really didn't. Anyways, now I go knight e4, and right, I mean, just pretty much what's gonna happen. We're just gonna be mirroring each other, and this is what the game is gonna lead to. It's just completely equal, and we're gonna get a draw. Knight f6. By the way, keep in mind that this guy was playing extremely fast. At this position, I could very easily be down 8 minutes on the clock. Queen e2, h6, knight takes, and I decided to take with the pawn, which is a better piece to take. And now he takes this pawn. I completely missed this. I completely missed that this queen e2 move was also not only a developing move to put the rook here, but also a battery with this bishop. And at this very moment, when he took the pawn, my heart dropped. I was like, what am I doing? I just blundered a pawn. The same way in the first round, my opponent has blundered a pawn. But the computers were not playing with Eva Var. Just keep that in mind if you didn't know that up until now. I'm like, bro, what? I was super confused when I put that game into analysis, and I was like, how is this not bad for me? Well, apparently it's not. After takes, apparently this is good for me because of a move, c takes d4, which I did find the game. Now it took like this, which I thought was a bit shaky. The computer says too. But the reason I took this pawn is if you're gonna take like this, which is what he did, I would go rook c2, which I did. And if you would take like this, I just do have a passed pawn. And I could even sack some material. Also like knight d5, protecting this, putting some pressure here. I really thought that was a good move. C takes d4. Rook c2, and now knight c4 is a move that I didn't see. That kind of did ruin my plans, and I was a bit angry at this moment. But I do go knight d5, rook c1. Again, still winning for me, even though he is up a pawn. Takes, queen c7, bishop d2, queen c6. With a bit of a trick, right? I played this very fast, hoping that maybe he's gonna start an attack and hang his queen like this, right? Super simple to lose here. But obviously that's potted. He's a 1720 with his peak being over 1800, if I am correct. So very good player. Props to him. Hopefully he doesn't mind that his name is here, but again, I don't see a reason why he would. Queen takes, queen c4. Again, not a good move. I can go here, and I just have so many threats. After queen c2, I just can't go here and just pick up the pawn, and I'm like, I was super shocked that this was winning for me. And it's not like I would be slightly better. I was winning here by a lot. Rook a8, no, a4, queen d7, preparing this. Queen c2. Now I push f5. Now I push f5, obviously protecting the pawn and really keeping the center closed. That way he can't have an attack, and I'm just gonna pressure him on this side of the board, on this side of the, well, ignore this arrow, by the way. And that was my plan, and the time here was really shaky. I mean, I think it could have, let's say, 8 minutes. I was under a minute and a half, 100%. I was just living off of the increment here. I gotta accept that. G4. I hit the queen. The queen slides back. Now I play B5. I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. I was completely given up here. I was thinking about resigning, by the way. I mean, I was thinking, there's absolutely no way I win this. I've got nothing. I've got nothing in this position. It is still winning. You can put this position into the analysis. F takes is just good here. Queen takes. Gonna go rook c2. No, that's rook c7. Rook c2. And if this, I can just go queen c6, and I am just winning, which just blew my mind when I saw that. And I also have seen, obviously in the computer, that let's say you play this, that I do have this move. Because if you take, I have this, and if you would, yeah, I mean, I do have threats of like fork like this in the future, so that's crazy. But let's go back. This is the actual game. B5, G5. I take it, right? And now keep an eye on the eval power, because it's gonna go up and down. B takes. It's equal now. It's equal, and I was thinking like he's gonna just go G6, and he's just gonna go all in. Which he told me actually after the game that he was really considering that. But he takes back. Rook c4. Don't know why I didn't go here. Maybe. Oh, that's even worse. Okay, I mean, it's really hard to find the move of g6. Really hard move, but I guess it does make sense. Now you don't have this, and if you pressure out this, let's say, I can't even go up. That's crazy stuff. Rook c4 though. a5, knight c3. And as you can see on the eval bar, the game is over. The game is unfortunately over. It jumps from 0.4, where I definitely had under half a minute on the clock. I was living off of the increment. Knight c3. Queen b3. My opponent doesn't spot it. But there is a threat in this position. And the threat is big. But I already obviously didn't like this. And I was like, okay, this is hanging, and this is hanging. Well, it's not really right. Yeah, it just is hanging. So how can I protect both of these? Well, it was. I'm just gonna, right? I mean, just queen c7. Queen c7 now. I mean, protecting everything, right? If you take, I'm gonna take, and if you take, I'm just gonna say that. It's just no brainer. Well, let me turn on the eval bar. Plus 3.7. Because if you didn't notice yet, you can take. Can take. And if I take, bam. Game over. Game's done. And when he took that piece, I was just staring at the position in this belief that I have actually blundered this, and then I have resigned. So this was the first 3 games, unfortunately. I also noted the 4th one, which was just insanely bad for me. So I can tell you that from the first 5 games, I have won only the first one, then I have lost the rest of the 4. But in the last 4 games, I have played very decent. I have had some insane games. So the final score of my tournament was 4 wins out of 9. And I was actually pretty happy with that. I was like, I'm gonna take it. It was my minimum that I wanted to score. I did score that. And that was it for my first tournament ever. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the games. Um, and yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. I'm excited for more tournaments. I really recommend it. It's just super fun when you don't lose. And yeah, that'll be it. I got 4 out of 9. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and peace.